What are you middle naming me for? I left you a note.
So what? That doesn't give you the right to ditch me.
Hey, you can cancel plans with friends if there's a possibility for sex.
Maybe he's right. That is the rule.
I don't accept this rule. When we make plans, I expect you to show up. Okay? I can't just be a way to kill time till you meet someone better. You know, boyfriends and girlfriends are gonna come and go, but this is for life.
Wow.
Hiya! Welcome to my channel, this Nam Talk Show, and today we are going to discuss a controversial issue. Can straight men and women be close friends? That's why I put Phoebe and Joey's clip at the beginning of the video, because my personal answer is yes. But it is a rather complicated issue because romance is an unavoidable theme which occurs in a lot of straight women and men's friendship, or just friendships in general. It is very hard to generalize criteria and traits which apply to every single friendships in this circumstance. So in this video, I wanna mainly focus on my personal experience and just discuss things that I find are important for a friendship or just straight women and men's friendship. So I want to mainly focus on my personal experience in this video and talk about things that I find are important for straight women and men to be close friends. Growing up, I've always had many guy friends. It is partially because the hobbies I had were considered more boyly than girly where I grew up. And of course, it is a very outdated opinion. But one of these hobbies, for example, playing basketball, had brought me more guy friends than girls, especially when I was in middle school and high school. I remember there were only 2 other girls play basketball in my high school. And by looking at my non-existent muscle, now I think you can pretty much tell that I don't play anymore. Then when I got into college, one of the majors I've picked has many more men students than women. And I think this suggests some other issues with race, gender, and the educational system, which I will be talking about in some future videos if you are interested in. Anyways, because of these reasons, I've always ended up having many straight guy friends. However, I do realize that in between friendships, there is an unavoidable theme that occurs often: romance. That's what complicates a lot of friendships. I personally have never developed romantic feelings towards any of my guy friends. Not that my guy friends are not attractive, I just can't identify who I am attracted to right at the moment when I see the person. People think that's because of their experiences are hot, but I don't think it's that simple. I don't think this immediate attraction can be reduced to only their appearances are hot. I think they also have this kind of vibe thing, which I personally find very attractive. I've never tried to be close friends with people who I'm romantically interested in. Partially, I don't think that's gonna work unless all of a sudden my crushes just all disappears and I'm sure I'm not fooling myself. One of my close guy friends agrees with me with this principle as well. He said he's never tried to be close friends or even friends with someone who he's interested in because it just invites psychological problems. Another thing about me is that if I don't have attraction with someone immediately or right away, it is very unlikely for me to develop feelings towards that person. At least it has never happened before. Not saying that it will never happen in the future, but the probability is just very slim. I do notice that this is not the norm, and many people do develop romantic feelings towards their friends once they get to spend more time together. There were a couple times where my guy friends developed romantic feelings towards me. I'm not sure when their feelings towards me started changing, because I feel like sometimes people can develop romantic feelings when they, get to know the person better. Sometimes I think people would hide their intentions when they approach the other person and hope they can convince the person eventually. It would be cute romantic stories if I weren't like me, but it does get awkward when your friends start hitting on you. Most of the time, they terminate friendships, and a lot of times they pause friendships for a good amount of time, sometimes couple months, sometimes couple years. Here are two examples where my friends developed feelings towards me and our friendships were terminated. The first one was when I was in high school. I was close friends with this guy. Let's call him Mr. G. We were hanging out every day, playing basketball and just do homework together. Then one day he changed his social media profile into Allen Iverson, who I was obsessed with. Knowing him as a Kobe fan, I knew what it meant to betray his spiritual idol. And then he messaged me and told me that he wanted to be together. And I said, no, bro, we're just friends. Well, I said more because I was trying to make sure that this little incident wouldn't affect our friendship. And then after a couple months, 2 or 3, I couldn't remember, he started dating a new girl, but we were still hanging out and playing basketball together. And one day she found out about his crush on me, and then she felt a little bit upset and uncomfortable because she was worried that with the amount of time I got to spend with Mr. G, the romance would get rekindled. And then there were more drama happened. I wouldn't get into details because we were all immature high schoolers. But eventually, Mr. G and I mutually distanced ourselves from each other. And I think eventually we were just acquaintances. So I think the story do suggest that when you get very close with your friend who has a partner, it can cause tension between the people and their relationship. The second story happened when I was in college. I met this person when I was taking an intro biology class, and I found him interesting to hang out with and to do homework together. I did specify that I was not romantically interested in him at all, and he said he's the same, but I think he eventually developed some feelings towards me. And I actually noticed the differences, and I asked him whether he had a crush on me, but he denied. So I thought I was just overly thinking about it. But then he got a bit upset at me for developing a big crush on someone else. After that, he started getting very busy, so we got to hang out with each other less and less, and eventually he unfriended me on Facebook. So sometimes when romance gets in the way of a friendship, it can create dishonesty. Those were two examples of when romance within a friendship caused troubles. There are a couple of successful cases which they are all kind of similar, so I'm gonna talk about them all together. So 3 of my current close guy friends: Anonymous One, Hunky Joe, and the Milkman. They're the guys I trust a lot and share a lot with my own life and my stories with. I met Anonymous One in college, and Hunky Joe and the Milkman were both my grad school buddies. The reasons why I am close with these 3 people are our personalities hit off, we share similar interests, and we are not romantically interested in each other. Hunky Joe is moving back to his city and play with his band, and the Milkman is happily engaged Happy engagement, milkman. Sorry, the milkman. He specified that. Happy engagement, the milkman, and Jesus and God both bless you. And the anonymous one just doing whatever he's doing. I actually don't know. He is very, very private person. But we talk about things we both interested in when we get together. The reason why these friendships last long is that we all respect each other, we all have mutual interest, and we are very open with each other. We openly talk about the expectations of partners, and we openly tell each other that we are not romantically interested in each other, or we are just not each other's types. We don't send to each other mixed signals or romantic signals. And about the signal thing, I have a lot of questions I will bring up in some other episode. But yeah, we don't send each other romantic signals. Maybe it all comes down to honesty and directness when you ask me how to maintain these friendships. At the end of this video, I want to say that I personally think romance emerged from a friendship is such an endearing thing. When it happens, it's really sweet and nice. Sometimes we run into risks of losing a close friend, but romance can be a different form of friendship, and it's just so beautiful. Discovering the differences of different forms of relationships and learning about ourselves through these experiences are such interesting adventure. And I hope everyone can find their own close friends and partners if that's what you're looking for. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening and see you next time.